Most important principle to grow muscle: progressive overload. What is it? Progressive overload is when you gradually increase the weight, frequency, or number of repetitions in your strength training routine. This challenges your body and allows your musculoskeletal system to get stronger. So more stress on the muscles, it means more muscle growth, because if you don't apply each session more stress upon those muscles, they won't simply grow because they don't have a reason to. So your muscle becomes stronger just when it has a reason to do so. If you don't provide that reason, you are just basically training to burn calories and you won't ever see any changes within your body. And the same applies to cardio and everything else. You need to challenge yourself. You don't need to always do the same thing. You need to make sure that you always progress it. So how can you actually apply it? There are different ways that you can apply progressive overload, which can be increasing reps, increasing the weights, increasing the tempo. So instead of doing one movement, let's say one rep in 4 seconds, you do it in 6, you do it in 10. That increases the tension on the muscle, and that's why you actually increase the stress as well. You can increase your workout volume. You can add, let's say, 2 sets to your chest workout. You can add some intensity techniques to provide much more stress, or you can shorten up your rest periods so you challenge the muscle much more. But in our case, we're going to focus just on 2, nothing more than that. We're gonna keep it super simple and focusing on weights and reps. So basically, if you go to one exercise and your rep range is 8 to 10 reps, what you want to be doing is choose a weight that of course allows you to do between 8 and 10. If you see you are doing 11 reps, then at that point you increase your weights each session. If you do less than 10 reps, you need to make sure you keep that weight, but you try to achieve more reps. You try from 9 reps to get to 10. Then when you get to 11, again, you increase weights. Then increasing weights will allow you probably next time to get 8 reps only. So at that point, you again try to increase reps. So which one should you increase? It depends always on that particular situation. So you need to increase either weights and reps, but you need to make sure that you don't aim at crazy numbers like increase 10 kilos per week or anything like that. We are speaking about just increasing the stress. So even 1 extra kilo, 2 extra kilos, 1 more rep, that's all we need to provide that stimulus to the muscle, that stress upon the muscle, and make it grow. What to keep in consideration is your technique, your tempo, plateaus, and tiredness versus strength. So in terms of technique, just remember that your technique has to always be perfect. Not perfect, but at least good. Because if you do 2 more kilos or 2 more reps, but your technique is not the same, that's not going to be progressively overloading it just because things are changing. So you need to keep your technique the same while your reps or weight goes up. In terms of tempo, it's all about making sure that you don't speed up to do more reps, because if you complete the same exercise on the same reps but you complete it in 10 seconds less, that's not going to provide the same kind of stress, but it's going to be way less stress. So despite you may be doing more reps or more weight, your muscle will feel the same kind of stress and it won't grow. So make sure when we speak about tempo that you keep it always the same. You want to always control the movement, do it slow, don't speed up to achieve more reps, or don't change it up just to actually lift heavier. In terms of plateaus, we need to understand that not always numbers will progress, especially in a fat loss phase. In a cutting phase, it will be way harder to actually progress number because of course, like, you are eating less, your energy levels are lower and all of that. So you need sometimes to accept that not all the movements will progress, some will plateau. And if they plateau for more than 2-3 weeks, you need to let me know. We need to have a look at how you are doing it, because in a lot of cases can be also depending on technique, on stability, and many other things, and then see if maybe to switch exercise or to just improve the form, for example. And last, we're speaking about tiredness versus strength. This goes especially for a fat loss phase, but can go in any typical day as well. Even if you are building muscle, we are focusing full on building muscle. You may find days that you are tired, and that translates to, of course, low energy levels. So you may think on some exercises you are not able to push as much just because your energy are low. but not because your strength is not enough or not as much as last time to actually push those numbers, because remember, it's all depending on your muscles and strength. So you got it there, you just need to really push yourself. There will be some exceptions. Maybe you are sick, maybe it's a day that you are extremely tired, then at that point, yeah, you won't be able to. But at times when you are simply a little bit tired, energy levels are low, you'll feel like your strength is way lower, but that's not the case. It's just your body trying to save up energy and trying to actually not get you to lift as heavy. And lastly is the importance of tracking. That's why we need to make sure that we're tracking everything, we're tracking every single exercise, every single weight, because if you are not tracking weights, you cannot apply progressive overload. Despite you may say, oh yeah, I do remember last time I did this, you cannot remember every single set of every single exercise, and we cannot assess if you are actually progressing well or not over months of time. Because if I ask you what did you do 2 months ago on split squat, you won't have any idea what you did 2 months ago. But if I want to actually check it out, I can just go on your profile, check out all the exercises, see how you are progressing and all of that. So I do believe this is one of the most important things. Same as food, with the training it goes the same. You need to make sure you track your numbers, you track your weights. Every single session should be there. If you miss any, you miss on growth. You are burning calories instead of actually growing muscles.